And comrades, how are you? Today I want to make a small little video about this one time where I was so broke. I was so broke that I could not go bankrupt. It's kind of hard to imagine, right? So in 2011, 2011, we got ourselves in big trouble at our company. Things were just, contract after contract was not going through, and we kept having to go from payroll to pay people. And, at that time I was really a junior entrepreneur. I didn't know what I was doing. And instead of letting some people go, I decided not to pay the government their taxes. Hold on a second. So I'm not sure exactly how it works in the US, but in Canada, that is a big, big, big no-no. There's only two things in Canada that you can't get away with in terms of if you declare bankruptcy. That's number one is your student loans, and number two, if you haven't paid your taxes to the government if you have employees, that means. So, we didn't want to let we didn't want to let our talent go. Our talent meant everything to us, but we just kept missing, we came this close to closing a contract, this close to closing a big contract, and then after that, at the last minute, the contract just didn't materialize, and then we were just digging ourselves deeper into debt. And so one day, we were at a founders meeting, and one day the CFO walks in and says, "Guys, we need to talk right now." And I remember that look on his face. He had almost like a white look on his face, and it was, I will never forget that. It was as if it was yesterday. And he came up to us and he said, "Okay, guys, we're in big trouble. We owe X number of dollars in the red." And that was a big number. I remember my mouth kind of dropping. I knew we were doing bad, but I purposely was not looking at the cash flow because it was so demoralizing. And every single week, we were going more and more into red. So he tells me the number, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And I remember the other founders in the room were like, my brother was freaking out as well. And so I said to him, "Okay, well, I guess let's. This was a good run, We were I think 2.5 years in. 2000, we started in 2009. Yeah, so around 3 years in, and I was like, "Okay, well, you know what? We've had a good run. I guess where I'm not cut out for this. We're not cut out for this, and great business idea, but you know what? Not so great actually. Let's just close shop and call it a day, boys." And then my CFO looks at me and said, "Alan, we can't go bankrupt. We don't have enough money." And I remember those words like as if it was yesterday. He said, "We were too poor to go bankrupt." What? You're telling me that we don't have enough money to go bankrupt? He's like, "Yes, Alan, we don't have enough money to go bankrupt. If we want to go bankrupt, you need at least $10,000 and you need to have all your taxes paid off to the government. If not, they're going to come after you." So that's that point, I guess, in my life and my partner's life as well, where we had to overcome we have to surmount adversity that I did not even think was possible. So right there, right then, we all looked at each other and we said, "You know what, we're going to dig ourselves out of this." And we did. So in 1 year, we dug ourselves out of that. And actually, not even less than that. I think in 8 or 9 months, we had dug ourselves out. But this moment in my life and the lives of also my partners was a defining moment for me. It was the moment where I realized that, no matter how bad things get, it's really your mindset on how you're going to pick yourself up from that point moving forward and getting to where you need to get. I could have easily said, "Oh my God, we can't do this," and try to hide and from the government, or I don't know, move to another country or something like that. Actually, I wouldn't have done it, but you know what I'm saying, right? But no, we said to ourselves, we looked at our problem and we said we are going to solve it, and we were determined. And just like that, the universe kind of gave us a break, and we got a big contract, and from one big contract to another, and so on and so forth, and we were able to dig ourselves out of this hole, this massive black hole. So my message to all of you in this is, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how unsurmountable that hurdle you think is, if you dig deep down, you have what it takes to get out of it. If you focus and the people around you are all focused towards solving that problem, you're going to get out of it. So that's my story. That's my story about, how one time in my life I was so in debt that I could not declare bankruptcy. I was too poor to declare bankruptcy. So I hope that helps you in some form, in some way, because I know for all us entrepreneurs out there, it's going to get dark at some times. It's going to get really, really difficult. But you can do it. You can do it. All right. With that, surge forward, my friends. And, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Alan Jones. There's only one. You can't miss it. All right. And that little bell and the description button, you click on that. Smash that shit. I'm always going to give you some good, some good advice. Or rather, some advice that, some advice of what not to do. All right. Bye.